Okay, so I wanted to hop back on and make another video because what came up for me was the things that we're not doing most times can be what is holding us back. So, the things that we're not doing. So, I wasn't making specific content out of fear. So I wasn't making the content out of fear that, oh, it's not going to do well, it's not going to resonate, oh, I have to have this and have this in order to make the video, and I don't have a place to do it, and blah, 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 and all these excuses. And the excuses derive from the fear, right? So a lot of times when we have fear of doing something that we want to do, we say we want to do it, and it is our true authentic path, but the fear comes up, and the fear makes us create these reasons why we can't do it. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have enough money, I don't have the space, I don't have the this, I don't have the that. But when you eliminate the fear, you find a way to make it happen and make it work and do the things. So not doing the things is holding us back, but once you tackle that fear, you'll be able to release all of those reasons why you couldn't do it, and you'll eventually get to doing it, and then you'll see how life begins to unfold for you and how life begins to flow for you. Things begin to happen for you once you do the things that you've been fearing doing, and realizing that once you get to the other side of that doing, you are able to become, because it's the doing that makes you who you are and yields the things that you are able to have and experience in this lifetime. So I wanted to share that with y'all because I know that there has been so many times where I have said I wanted to do something, right? I've said I wanted to do something, and then I end up listing all of these reasons why I can't do it. And the truth of the matter is that's not the truth. The truth is I had fear. And when you begin to, as I spoke of before, take responsibility, then you are able to release that fear. You're able to release that fear and do the thing, and the thing yields you the person that you are authentically. The fear comes up because the choices and the thing that you're trying to do or wanting to do goes against what the world has been telling you should be. So going back to the previous video when I was talking about feeling stuck and the actionable steps that I gave for you to evaluate, make responsible choices, and follow your curiosity. In order to relieve this fear that comes up when we're not doing what we should be doing because of what the world and society, goes against what we've been programmed to believe we should be and do. But once we do those three actionable steps, again, evaluating, making responsible changes, and following your curiosity, that will eventually dilute the fear until it subsides, until the next level of growth approaches. Because I feel like also fear comes up when we are at a moment where we are about to grow into a new version of ourselves, a higher version of ourselves. So fear will always continue to come up throughout life. It's the process of evolving. So again, once we do those three steps, we begin to eliminate the fear of not doing what we're said we should do because of who society told us we should be. Because you are then building and gaining more of your true authentic self, so that you're able to make those choices more clearly when you say, ooh, I'm inspired to do this, and you go ahead and just do it without thinking about what society say or what they think you should do. That is you walking your authentic path, and that is where we want to get to. So even though some people are like, how can you do van life? It's not realistic. I'm like, it's not realistic for you because you maybe haven't gotten on your authentic path yet. And all empathy goes out to everyone who is at a point where they are fighting against their authentic self because of conformity. And kudos, major kudos to those who are taking those brave and courageous steps towards their true authentic self, even though they may have people in their ear that are telling them otherwise, or if they believe otherwise and they're trying to project it onto you, but you are still courageous enough to go ahead and take those steps toward your true authentic self, because only you can experience your life. What other people think about you, about what you're doing, it's irrelevant because they're not experiencing your life. Only you are. No one else can. So when someone else has their opinion, you know, everyone likes to offer their opinion, but first of all, protect yourself. If someone starts to offer their opinion and you know it's not, you're not trusting this person is, you know, usually on the negative side, stop them in their tracks. Protect yourself. Just say, you know, thank you, but I'm not accepting advice at this time, you know, or, you know, leave the conversation or what have you. But protect yourself, because that's important. Because if you don't protect yourself, you're going to constantly have these stops and this friction that comes up that's keeping you from your authentic path. And it takes some work to get back on track after someone's come in and knocked you off with their limiting beliefs, right? So be mindful of that. And when you're feeling stuck, go through those actionable steps. And when we're not doing something out of fear, go back and take those actionable steps so you can get closer and closer to your true authentic self, so that you can make the decision to go ahead and do that thing, take that class, or make those videos, make that content, and stop feeling like, oh, I have to go work this type of job because this is what society is saying that I need to do in order to be successful. When you really want to make this content out of passion because it's a part of your purpose, and you're not doing it out of fear of the conformity that's already been established. But as we break that down, that conformity will be chiseled away little by little. So we're taking those steps every single day, becoming more in tune with your true authentic self, meditating, evaluating, then you will get there. Trust me, it has been some time. I want to tell you right now, it was back in, I think it was back in 2017. It was back in 2017 when I really took a super deep dive into my self-development work. Now, I like to say self-development. A lot of people say personal development. But when I say self-development is more focused on your consciousness. It's more focused on that spiritual aspect of yourself and your being. Personal is like, you know, you're developing, you know, your skills and such and so forth and so forth. But self-development is all about the self and not just personal, like your personal, you know, things in life, you know, whether it's skills or, you know, developing, you know, social status or whatever. So self-development, it's important that I say self-development opposed to personal development, because it deals with your consciousness and your spirituality, you as a spiritual being. So that's why I always say self-development. Now, what was I saying? It took some years. Hold on, what was I saying? Okay, right. So I was bringing up the fact that back in 2017 is when I really took a deep dive and into my self-development work. Now, it has been, how many years is that? Child, do the math. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 9 years since 2017. But before that, I want to say it was back in the end of 2012, 2013, when I just started to do more, like we said before, that personal development work. And that's kind of when I started listening to a lot of Tony Robbins, when he was really hot on the scene and really started impacting a lot of lives. That's when I learned about Tony Robbins. And I had a lot of like self-development workbooks that I was doing, or like personal development workbooks that I was doing back then. So 2013, so I want to say 13 years, and then 9 years hardcore intentionally. You know, I started off with Wayne Dyer, did a lot of Abraham Hicks, I did a lot of Neville Goddard. I read the 2 books that I brought up in a previous video on a different channel. The 2 books that really changed my path and really got me going to understanding the power of my subconscious mind is the book The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy, as well as a book called Creative Minds and Success. Now, Creative Minds and Success, I think that's Ernest Holmes, if I'm not mistaken. I'll link them below. But these 2 books will change your life. If you're not already thinking in this more higher conscious, higher awareness, then these books will help you develop that and strengthen your belief system and how you think into reality. And I say think into reality because our reality reflects what we think and what we believe, because your thoughts come from your beliefs, right? Your beliefs come from this repetition of what you've been fed, whether that's from a positive perspective or a negative perspective. And positive is what I mean by a positive perspective is something that's been taught that guides you towards your authentic self. Negative is something that keeps control over you so that you're not living in your full power and potential. So it's been 13 years collectively that I have been studying in this area of higher consciousness, and as I guess I could say a thought leader, but I like to consider myself more of a guide. I don't like to give myself that much because it's not really me. It's the higher power. It's God that is using me as a vessel to share these messages and these perspectives and this authentic path framework. So I give all the credit to the higher power. I give all the credit to God for giving me the gift and knowing that I would eventually get on the path to be able to deliver the gifts that He has given me. And I am grateful for it. And I'm taking full responsibility. So I am really honored to have y'all here. And if you're still here at this time, y'all go ahead and subscribe, because this message is for everyone. It doesn't matter how far you are on your path. This message will definitely spark up a new higher version of yourself and allow you to even go back and rethink some things. And it could be the smallest thing that you're doing or something that you're involved in that may be either holding you back, or it may be something that you need to be doing that you're not doing because you've already had this routine of how your days go, and you're not making that change in your routine when you should, because that's going to take you to even more success and to a bigger and more richer experience. So I hope this resonates with y'all. If it does in any capacity, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what resonates and what your thoughts are, where you are in your path, and just how you feel in general, because I'm interested in that. And again, I wish I had me when I didn't know and have this capacity of thinking in this way and understanding in this way and living in this way. So until the next video, y'all, I love y'all, and I will see y'all on the next video.